Hi everybody, it's Dr. Cole. Today we're going to talk about diet soda. We've made videos about it in the past, but we're going to talk about some latest research out of France's National Institute of Health and Medical Research. It's going to be published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. It is more evidence in the scientific community that shows diet sodas are a complete poison and they need to be completely stopped consumed by people who do not want to have chronic disease. This research was tracking over 66,000 middle-aged women, and they tracked their health and their dietary choices from the years 1993 to 2007. So this is a very large-scale study. The epidemiologists who conducted this research found that not only are people that drink diet sodas, they're more apt to drink more of that drink. On average, they drink double the amount of diet soda compared to people who drink regular sugar soda, but they also, just by drinking 12 ounces of diet soda per week, which is not very much, they increase their risk of contracting diabetes by 33%. And if they drink 20 ounces of diet soda per week, they increase their risk of diabetes by 66%. These are numbers that you do not want to play with. Your risk of getting these chronic diseases like diabetes will go up dramatically when you consume diet soda. The study went on to find that aspartame, which is the commonly used artificial sweetener in diet sodas, it's also known as NutraSweet and Equal. This artificial sweetener, aspartame, reacts in our body much the same way as regular plain old sugar. So the idea that these artificial sweeteners are not causing insulin resistance has been disproven and debunked by the clinical literature, but yet this is the drink of choice that's been advocated by the American Diabetic Association and other people in the mainstream medical community for people struggling with diabetes and other chronic disease. But yet it increases your risk of diabetes actually more than regular soda. Not that I'm advocating either. They both are not good, and they're both increasing chronic disease in the United States. But yet the idea that we are giving ourselves false sense of security when we're drinking these diet sodas and we're doing ourselves good, it's actually quite the opposite. We're increasing our risk of diabetes. It's just last summer it was shown in the research to be increasing your risk of cancer, bone cancers and blood cancers, and also increasing your risk of depression. So diet sodas are through and throughout just completely should not be consumed by anybody. Just a side note, recently Pepsi made an announcement that they're going to be putting out a new breakfast drink called Kickstart. And get this, the pièce de résistance is that they're marketing it as a juice drink because it has 5% juice. That's just the insanity that goes along with these junk food industry. It's a juice drink, right, because it has 5% juice, and it's a breakfast drink because Lord knows what, but it's also it's sweetened by these artificial sweeteners. So in the same time frame that we have clinical research, again, how much more do we need that shows artificial sweetener increases your risk of diabetes, of depression, of cancer? We also have Pepsi saying, hey, we have a new breakfast drink and it's a great way to start your day. And I have a friend that told me recently that Pepsi's new slogan is called "Think for the Moment" or something like that. Basically, they're just, the whole marketing campaign is just to not think about what you're eating, what you're drinking. Just consume these foods and don't be mindful of the long-term ramifications of consuming this food, which is what we're paying for today, the epidemic rise of chronic disease in the United States and all Western nations. It's estimated that over 27 million Americans have type 2 diabetes, and I see patients all across the country struggling with this devastating disease. It's a leading cause of blindness. It's a leading cause of heart disease in the United States. It's around 8.3% of our population, and it's growing by epidemic proportions. So we need to get a handle of what's causing this problem, and it's not being solved in the mainstream medical community. So we have to look through functional medicine, through the clinical research that's not being funded by the pharmaceutical industry, to find out true sustainable solutions. People reversing their disease, people eliminating their need for medication, they're losing weight, they're feeling better, they're restoring their health because they're dealing with the underlying reasons of why that they're sick. So the truth is, if you have consumed diet soda, that you have put neurotoxins in your body, and you have to do something about it so you do not pay for the inundation of these neurotoxins in your body later on in life. So we have to look at a cellular level of intracellularly detoxing the body. So look at drwillcole.com and see how you can take the step to restoring your health and reversing these chronic diseases.